Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. What's going on, people? This is Influence, and I'm back with a Transformers video. This is the R.E.D robot enhanced design Transformers that they've been coming out with that are just posable and not transformable. This is Bumblebee, of course, iconic character. I like this figure, or I should say I love the way it looks. I mean, it's iconic. It looks just like Bumblebee. See his face sculpt. Face sculpt is a little soft, but I'm okay with Bumblebee being that way. Now, I may display this next to some Masterpiece, and I know what you're saying. Blasphemy from my Masterpiece collectors. But hear me out. It looks the part. And here's a picture comparing. Now, I also know Bumblebee 2.0 from Takara looks the part also, but I don't like that figure. Like, I like some of the stuff about it, some of the looks at the top, but I don't like that figure. And the old one is definitely, you can see the old one behind on the picture. Anyway, as a display item, I think this is great. Now, for the R.E.D collectors, this isn't great because it's the same size as the other, or I should say R.E.D collectors that care about scale. Everybody doesn't care about scale. We can preface that with a statement. I understand that. But for those that care about scale, Bumblebee looks the same exact size as the rest of them. Here's Megatron in the R.E.D collection. We all know Bumblebee is not the same size as Megatron in proper scale, whatever that is. Now that we got that out the way, we can review the figure. Box, normal R.E.D box, has artwork. Artwork's always great on these boxes, and product shots. That's it. Since I skipped the 360 in the beginning, here's the 360. Got a tire on his back, super clean, which is what they should be because they don't transform. And that's the purpose of these super clean robots that just have the likeness of the character that you love. Back in it, shows a little close-ups. You got the symbol there. His face, I showed his face sculpt earlier. He has the black in the inner arms. It's some molded detail in there, molded detail throughout. It's pretty nice, actually. Has a lot of molded detail in here. When I get into articulation, I'll get into this. This does come off. I'm not sure what it's referencing to, if anything, but it's like some molded detail under there. I'm not sure if it just comes off a little bit so you can have it off and access this joint easier, maybe, and then you can stick this on. That could be why. Or maybe have it off a tad bit so you can get the joint even more. But we'll get into that in articulation. Let's get into our accessories. Here he has an energon cube. It's like pinkish. Has his blaster, which is the normal blaster. Pretty much looks like Bumblebee's blaster. It's just all gray cast plastic. He has two blast effects. This one's a little bent, but I'm sure if you keep it like this for maybe a couple seconds, maybe a minute or two, I don't know, it might go back regular. And he has two fists. He has open hands to hold his blaster that comes on him, and you just pull the hands out. We'll get into that also. Blast effects can go onto his gun. I like this one because it's short, and it seems like something that would be coming out his gun. This is pretty long in the crooked one, and I don't like really how that looks. Let's get into articulation. Again, as I showed earlier, this moves and comes off. It does come off rather easily. Not sure why, again, maybe just to get that little articulation point. This comes off. I haven't tried this. Maybe you can put this on the front. For some reason, it fits, but it looks crazy. So put that back there, put this back here where it's supposed to go. It is very soft rubber, so you can see that post. That could be good or bad because you can bend it and it moves, it won't break. So his head gets all the way around. He can get some side to side and forward and back. I really wish he would have got more. Like for a figure that doesn't transform, he should have crazy articulation. That's probably my biggest gripe with these figures, with all of them. They probably need to have better joints, better articulation. The joints are ratcheted or soft ratcheted, but they're kind of limited. They're hard, they're plasticky, and you only get up this much. He probably should have been able to get his arm all the way up again. He does have a little butterfly joint in there, but it doesn't get that much again. I don't know how much you need, but some people like the shoulder to come in more. And I know on Masterpiece figures, like it should be more on a non-transforming figure. You do get a double jointed elbow that gets you all the way up just about. I mean, you can't get it touching because of the actual joint, the plasticky of the joint, it comes down. But you do get that. You get the bicep swivel. His hand goes up and down. Take my word for it. Yeah, it goes up and down and spins around. Again, his fingers don't move because it's holding his gun. You can pull that out in order to get the fist in. Let's get the right one. And you just insert it. And now he has a fist. I don't know if I like that look. He has a waist. Goes all the way around, 360. Also has, I showed earlier, the bend. Again, I think this is to utilize that bend maybe better. So you can bend it and maybe get this in there. Maybe like that, just to be able to utilize that. But the bend goes all the way. I don't know if you would ever need that, but you can definitely get it like this and then get this in there like that and cover it up just so you can't see that waist. And it's easier to do when this is off. Where were we? The legs. No skirts to speak of. Doesn't go side to side. That probably would have been nice. His legs are limited up. So again, there's limitations in the articulation that is disappointing in a figure that doesn't transform. Like I believe if a figure doesn't transform, it should have full range of joints and articulation, personally. I mean, the price point, what can you expect? So up and down, he gets double jointed knees, and you can get the full run. He does have a split joint up here, so you can get this thigh swivel. Again, with the workings, it even has workings in there, which I think is great. You get the rocker. You can get down. Well, it moves back in order to get a little pivot, and then it can move front to get a little up pivot. And then the rocker is all the way. You get everything you want on the ankles, I believe. No turn, but again, you can swivel that. And I had his gun in earlier, but you can put his gun in. Show that. Put this blast effect in. And there you go. And I think that's it for this review of this figure. The paint, it does have some, like, I guess, battle damage. I don't really like that. I wish they would have just kept that off and kept him all yellow, but it's like silver accents. It's weird because it's only placed in certain parts. I mean, battle damage is always placed on certain parts, but it's like over here, and then right here. And that's it for the figure. Oh no, there's some over here. On this side of the arm too, but not on this side of the chest. Which maybe, maybe skid on that side. I don't know. But yeah, if you like this look, and if you're collecting R.E.D, again, if you're pairing this with other R.E.D figures, it's a shame that they didn't have the scale correct if you're into that. If you're not into scale and you just collect the R.E.D figures, this is definitely a purchase because the likeness is so there. And I think that's it. I will get up with you in another video. Thank you for watching.
Ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.